Okay. Good morning, officially. I'm Corinne. I had to wear my glasses this morning because my eyes just didn't want contacts to go in this early. So sorry you can't see my eyes. I get like this blue glare every once in a while, but it is what it is. Hi, Jenny. Um, yeah, so here we are, still doing this thing. Still doing this thing. I'm glad that we can. I'm glad that we have these capabilities. Um, I think I used this oil last week, bergamot. I'm still on a bergamot kick, so I'm using it again. It's a citrus oil if you want to use an oil, or maybe you've already used a little oil or you have a diffuser going. I burned some sage this morning too, which felt nice. Kind of trying to do the things that I would do if we were actually in the studio. We're actually at Sage. I'm trying to kind of um, do all of the things that make it feel still like the same space. So anyways, go ahead and find a comfortable place and we'll get started. You can sit or you can lie down. If you do lay down, I just invite you to say to yourself that you're not going to sleep, because sometimes that can happen. Just let your eyes close and notice any of those adjustments, shifts, movements, breaths, anything that happens the moment you close your eyes. What happens, or what do you feel, or what do you notice all of a sudden? For me, it's always like I notice that I'm slouching, or that I'm maybe imbalanced or uneven in the way that I'm sitting. And also that my breath suddenly becomes deeper or fuller. So maybe you notice something like that too. Maybe just starting to take some longer, fuller, deeper inhales and exhales. And just sitting here connecting with your breath for a few moments. I don't know about you, but I know lately for me, especially maybe a week or two ago, probably 2 weeks ago, when suddenly there was talk of the shelter in place order ending and people going back to work and the studio starting to take steps to open. And I had one of my private corporate clients reach out and ask about starting yoga again, and sort of some of the activities that I did before the shelter in place were starting to show up. And I had this moment where I felt like, well, I haven't used this time appropriately. I haven't done enough. I haven't created anything major. I haven't taken advantage of this extra time that I've had. And I know not everyone has had the extra time, right? Some of you have been working harder and longer than even before. But for me, I had extra time. And suddenly there was this pressure of like, do more, create more. Oh my gosh, you better take advantage of this time, because you're going to, go back to your normal work routine. And then suddenly you're going to get back into that like day-to-day rut again. So I've kind of been sitting with that for the last couple of weeks. And the response for me to that was, you know what, just spend time in your body. Just spend time with yourself, spend time with movement, spend time with rest, like physically being here, being on this planet at this time. So that's where I've been the last couple of weeks. I don't know, maybe some of you that resonates. Maybe you're totally the opposite. You're like, I wish I would have had that time. But whatever it is, I invite you to maybe just think about or witness or take some time to notice or observe what has been going on for you recently, the last week, maybe 2 weeks. What emotions have been coming up? What feelings? What thoughts? judgments. Maybe some old judgments have been resurfacing. And just allowing yourself the time and the space to witness and observe those thoughts, those judgments, without attaching to them or judging yourself for having judgments, right? Because then we get into that sort of shame spiral where, like, I'm judging, oh, I suck. So now I'm judging myself for judging, and then I'm judging myself for judging myself for judging, et cetera, et cetera. So don't do that. That's not helpful. Where have you been the last couple of weeks, last week? What have you been feeling, noticing, witnessing, observing? And if you'd like, you could set an intention for this practice today of creating space to witness, creating space to observe, letting whatever those feelings, whatever those judgments that might have popped up for you in the last week or might be popping up for you even now, giving yourself physical space, body space to let them move through you in a physical manner, to, energetically feel them move through you, physically feel them move through you. Just notice. Just notice what you're feeling. Taking another breath or 2 or 3 here. Just realized my volume was way down. Ooh, there we go. Okay, let's get started. Slam that last little bit of my coffee. So I'm going to move back to my mat. And let's go ahead and start off on hands and knees. And for today, let's start really wide with the knees. So not only just in tabletop, but maybe even a little wider with the knees, if that's okay for your hips. If your hips are feeling ultra tight this morning, then feel free to bring your knees under the hips as opposed to wider. But I've got my knees a little wider than my hips, wrists right under the shoulders. And I notice when I take my knees a little wider, there's this tendency to sway my back, to drop my belly. So I really have to focus on bringing that belly in. So you're gonna keep that belly nice and engaged if you have your knees a little bit wider. And then with those wide knees, we'll start to move through our cat and cows here. So as you inhale, let that back arch. And then as you exhale, round the back. You might notice with wider knees, this movement is different. It might feel a little different. I tend to feel it a little bit more in my upper back. And when I come through cow here, this nice arch, I feel it more in my chest and diaphragm as opposed to in my belly. A couple more. Notice your breath. Always a good reminder to breathe before we move. Neutral here. If your knees need to come closer together anytime, that's absolutely fine. If they can stay wide, great, keep them wide. From here, you're gonna inhale, take your right arm open. Hold, exhale. Take one more inhale. Reach those fingertips towards the ceiling, and then exhale, take the arm underneath, coming in to thread the needle. And feel free to use your left hand to support you. Gently pressing, twisting here, belly in. 2 more breaths. Of course, that left arm could reach forward or drape behind your back if that's more comfortable for you. Next inhale, we'll just come back up. Wide tabletop, hands and knees. Inhale here, left arm opens. Hold. As you inhale, reach, press into the right hand, reach the left fingertips towards the ceiling. And then exhale, we'll thread the left arm under the right arm. Mm. Next inhale, we'll come back up to tabletop. And then go ahead and bring your toes together. Your knees are already wide. If you want, you can take them a little bit wider. Sitting back into a nice wide child's pose. Forehead or maybe chin to the mat, whatever feels good this morning. I have to go chin to the mat because my glasses are too big. They don't fit. Go ahead and let your elbows relax. Let your arms relax. And as always in child's pose, you could be rocking a little side to side if that feels good. And we'll just stay here for the next hour and everything will be lovely. Okay, you can't actually stay here for an hour. I mean, you could, you totally could. I'm not gonna stay here for an hour because, you know, if you don't want to, you need someone to offer some suggestions for postures. So let's come back up to hands and knees. Go ahead and bring those knees back under the hips now. And let's drop our elbows down. So bring your forearms down. Elbows under your shoulders. If you want to grab opposite elbows to find that alignment, you could do that. And then whatever is comfortable. If you want to press your palms down, my shoulders are a little tight this morning, so I'm going to bring my palms together like I'm holding a little bird or butterfly in between my palms. But just make sure your elbows don't spread out wide. You want to keep them right under those shoulders. And we're actually going to come right up into dolphin pose this morning, which I know is something we usually do towards the end. But today, we're going to use it as a warm-up. So tuck your toes under and then lift those hips up, and feel free to keep those knees nice and bent for this first one. That's when you're like, oh crap, first one. That means there's going to be more than one, maybe. And if you wanted to as well, you could take your feet back a little bit, make it a little bit of a easier, softer dolphin pose. Or walk your feet in. Just finding the spot where it feels interesting. It doesn't have to be the most intense dolphin of your life. Two more breaths. Bottom of your exhale, go ahead and drop your knees. And then inhale, exhale, back to child's pose. This time, go ahead and take your hands back by your feet. Your knees are probably a little closer together here. Your shoulders are resting on your knees. One more breath. Slide your hands out in front of you. Come back up onto your forearms. Again, find that alignment if you need to. Palms can come together or palms can be down. Tuck your toes under. Back into dolphin pose. Option here, just hold. Stay where you are, like where we were last time. Or take your feet back a little bit. So you've got kind of a big, wide dolphin. And then you're going to move from forearm plank. Your shoulders are going to definitely come in front of your elbows. Exhale, back up, dolphin pose. Inhale. This is going to be a little more work. Don't feel like it has to be for you this morning. We'll go 3. If you're holding dolphin, you're just holding. 2 more breaths. 2. One more breath. And again, we'll bring our knees down. Child's pose, hands go back by the feet. Maybe grab onto your feet. Head to the ground. And then we'll slide our arms forward. Inhale up. This time tucking the toes under, we'll come to downward dog.
And now we'll start to focus some attention down to our legs, pedaling out the feet. Maybe feeling a nice big stretch in the shoulders by kind of pressing your chest back towards your thighs a little bit more than you normally would. Get a little shoulder armpit stretch there. Let's take 2 more breaths. Release your neck. Maybe shake your head no or nod your head yes. Nice long deep breaths. As you're ready, inhaling, gaze up towards your hands. Exhale, we'll walk forward, coming up into forward fold, front of your mat. Feel free to take your feet as wide apart here as is comfortable. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold. Bend those knees as much as you want. Maybe shake your head out again. Keep releasing that neck. And then deeply bend those knees. Big inhale, exhale. We'll slowly curl up. All the way up to standing. And then inhale. Reach those arms up. Maybe the palms are going to touch. Exhale, let's bring hands to heart center. Shoulders roll back. Releasing the arms by your side, Tadasana Mountain Pose. And find a comfortable place for the feet. I'm going to go a little closer together than I was. We're going to come into chair pose. You're going to inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, come down into chair pose, drop your shoulders. So rather than like chair where we're really leaning forward like this, try to keep upright. So you might not be sitting quite as low in this chair. Maybe lift your toes and then put them back down. Good. Take those arms out in front of you. So you're reaching forward, reaching towards each other. Belly is in, low belly is in. Next inhale, take those arms out to your sides. Big bear hug. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, deepen. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, deepen. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, deepen. Inhale up. Straighten the legs this time. Reach up. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Bring your right knee down to the floor. You can release the top of your foot and let those hips drop down and forward. Chest is forward, gaze is forward. Shoulders are back as much as they can be. You could also have your hands on like blocks or some kind of support here. And then pressing into that front heel, feel that, how that really activates that left thigh. You're just going to slide your hands up to your left thigh. Good. Slide your left hand to your left hip. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And then exhale, stretch over to the left. That back leg is shaking. Maybe that front leg is shaking too. Inhale. Go ahead and release that right hand down. Left hand back to the thigh. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. If you want, you could even press that left thigh open. Coming into a little twist here. One more breath. Coming back to center. And then we're gonna slowly bring our hips back. Start to feel that release in the right thigh. And then just straighten that left leg, flex that foot. Inhale, lift your torso. Exhale, fold. Little bend in that knee. If you need it, that's totally fine. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, coming forward to lunge. Go ahead and tuck that back toe under, lift the knee. Exhale, downward dog. A little imbalance in the legs here. Just notice it for a breath or two. And then we'll move through our first flow as you like. Inhale, coming forward to plank. And then exhale to lower knees or toes. I'm gonna go knees this morning to start things off. Inhale, moving through cobra, or maybe upward facing dog. And then we'll press up and back, downward dog. So we stepped our right foot back, so we're gonna go ahead and step our right foot forward. If you would like to inhale, lift the leg first, you certainly can, you don't have to. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, open up, twist to the right. And then exhale, release that right hand down. Inhale, gazing forward. As you exhale, you're gonna lift that back leg. Bring it forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Feel free to slide your hands along your body if you want. Inhale, reaching up. Palms can touch. Exhale, hands come heart center. Releasing arms by your side. Back to mountain pose. And then inhale, we'll take the arms up. Blades with the fingers, so glue your fingers together. Drop your shoulders. Exhale, back to chair pose. So where we were before. So from here, we're gonna do this breath where you exhale, the arms sweep down and out. And then as you inhale, they come down and they go forward, up. So it's 2 breaths. So it's an exhale, it's 2 inhales. Like a little robot exhale. And then inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Go ahead, exhale. Sit deeper. 4, 2, last one. Exhale, forward fold. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Grab opposite elbows. Dangle heavy here. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back to a lunge. And then drop your left knee. Drop your hips down and forward. My knee went down hard this morning. Lift your chest, looking forward, belly in. Really pressing into that front heel. Feel that activation. Slide your hands to your right thigh. Right hand goes to right hip, left arm reaches up. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, leaning over, stretching over to the right, opening up that side body, dropping the shoulders. Two more breaths. Bring all the way back up. Whew. Hands come down. Right hand to the thigh. Exhale, twist. Look over your right shoulder. Maybe you want to open that right knee out to the side if it feels good. Back to center here. Hands on either side of the right foot. And slowly start to shift those hips back. We'll straighten that front leg, flex the foot. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Focus on your breath here. One more. Inhale forward. Tuck that back toe under. Exhale, downward dog. Hopefully feeling a little more balanced in your legs here. Moving through a flow of your choosing if you'd like. Inhale through to plank. Knees or toes. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. So that time we step the left foot back, so we'll step the left foot forward. If you want to inhale, lift the leg first, you certainly can. Otherwise, just exhale, left foot up between the hands. And then inhale, take that twist to the left, left arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, hand down. Looking forward as you inhale, preparing to lift that back leg. And then, exhale, coming up into forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curling up. Inhale, we'll reach those arms up. And this time we'll keep the arms up. Arms are up. Bring the palms together. You could keep them just fingertips together if you wanted to, or full palms touching. If you need to bend your elbows a little bit, if your shoulders are tight this morning, that's great. Feel your feet on the floor, close your eyes. And just take a moment to feel that conduit that you are in your body. That connection, that middle space between that which is so much larger than we can even comprehend, spirit, light, source, whatever it is to you, whatever it feels like to you. And then down into the earth. And if you think about energy moving up, how far that can go. If you keep going up, at some point up becomes out. It just keeps going, expanding, expanding, expanding. This is your own potential. This is your own limitless potential. It is just as expansive as if you imagine energy moving up and out, and up and out, and up and out. And then think about, feel the energy moving down. We think down to the heart of the earth, down into the center of the earth, yes, but what if you keep going down? Then you suddenly move up and out again. You go through the planet, out the other side. Now you're moving up and out, up and out, up and out. This is how expansive you are. This is how limitless you are. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, imagine energy moving up from your feet, down from the sky, through your hands, bringing it together, hands to heart. All coming together right
in your center. Release your arms by your side. Inhale, reach through that limitless potential, through that limitless space. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold and move through any variation of flow here that you would like to, or skip all the flow and just come to downward facing dog. Actually gonna turn this way for this one. So we're in downward dog. And you're gonna take your right leg, inhale it up behind you. You're gonna exhale, right knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, hold. You're gonna transition your weight over into your right hand, spin onto the sole of your back foot, extend your right leg, lift your left arm. You're holding here and hovering, little bend in that right elbow. And then left hand down, inhale, right leg back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, core plank, knee to nose. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, transitioning back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Let's do two more. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, transition. Last one, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, open it up. You could always set the foot down if you need to. Exhale, transition. Inhale, leg up. And then exhale, drop your right leg down next to your left. Come down onto your knees. Exhale, child's pose. Arms can stay forward or give your shoulders a break. Bring your hands back by your feet. And you might feel a desire to breathe really fast here, like, right? Your breath is up in your chest a little bit. Try to slow it down as you're sitting in child's pose. Try to breathe down as deep into your belly as you can, grounding yourself down. And of course, we get to do the other side. So let's come back up, hands and knees. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, core plank. This time, right foot spirals to the ground. Left leg extends, right arm reaches up. So my back leg is bent too. And then exhale to transition. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to open. Exhale, transition. Inhale, three-legged dog. You got two more. You got this. Exhale. Inhale. Slow. Slower than you want to go. You got one more. Back to downward dog. Drop your knees. If you can sit on your heels, come to sitting on your heels. If sitting on your heels doesn't feel very good for your knees, for your body in any way, feel free to come to easy seated pose, cross legs instead. Wherever you land, turn your palms open and touch thumb and index finger together. Touch thumb and second finger together. Thumb and third finger together. And thumb and fourth finger together. And then notice
Which one of those mudras felt aligned or felt right? And then land there. About 4 breaths. Close your eyes. Just observe what's happening with your breath. Observe, witness what's happening in your body, your energy rearranging, channels opening, energy redirecting where it needs to go to heal. And then we'll slowly release, come forward, back to hands and knees. And we'll move back into downward facing dog. And if you can here in downward dog, find a place of stillness. So you're just holding downward dog, taking nice, slow breaths in downward facing dog. Two more breaths. Inhale, look up to your hands. Exhale, walk or maybe float your feet to your hands, coming up into forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're gonna stay in this fold for a few breaths, so you could grab your big toes, you could wrap your hands around your legs, hold opposite elbows, interlace your hands behind your head, press your palms flat into the floor. Two more breaths. As you exhale, release your hands. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, reach the arms. Palms can touch, connecting back into that stream of energy. Exhale, hands come heart center. Go ahead and keep your hands at your heart. Inhale here. As you exhale, come back down into chair pose. We're going to transition our weight over into our right leg. Go ahead and hover the left. Feel free to just stay here or take your left ankle to your right thigh and then sit those hips down. Get that nice hip stretch in the left leg. Hold here. You could twist to the right. Maybe your left elbow finds the sole of your left foot. You could also bring fingertips to the floor for some support. We're going to release that leg. Inhale. Exhale, send the left foot all the way back into a lunge. And then go ahead and spin that left heel down. So you open your torso up to the left. Warrior two, feel free to make adjustments with your legs. Hands are still at your heart. And then inhale, extend the arms. Inhale, arms reach up, right leg, front leg straightens. Exhale, bring it back down. On your next exhale, go ahead and straighten that leg. You can step your back foot in a little if you want. We're coming into triangle pose. Drop your right hip, reach forward. If you'd like, you could bring your left hand to your hip. Exhale, just let that right hand fall down. Maybe it touches the shin, maybe a block, maybe the floor, and then you twist yourself open to the left. That left arm can reach up in the air, or the left arm can reach forward by the left ear. Drape the arm behind the back. If you want to look up, if that feels good, you can look up. You can let your right ear just fall to your right shoulder. As you exhale, bend your right knee. Inhale, strong core back to warrior two. We're just gonna come back to standing the front of our mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Look forward and then step or jump. And spin around. Coming all the way up to standing the front of your mat again. A little over rotation there. Exhale, coming back down into chair pose. And then we're gonna transition our weight into the left leg, hover the right. Right ankle will come to that left thigh. As you open that right hip, maybe sitting down a little bit deeper. Feel free to twist to the left. Bring your hands to the floor. Inhale, release the right leg. Exhale, bring it back to lunge. And then spiral that heel down. As you open up to the side, adjust your legs. Inhale, extend your arms, warrior two. Next, inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the arms up. And then exhale, back to warrior two. Next, exhale, straighten that front leg. If you need to bring your right foot in a little, go for it. Drop your left hip as you reach, belly in. And then we'll take that left arm down, coming into triangle pose. Maybe hand to the hip as you spiral open to the right. Extending that right arm. Or it can come by the ear or behind the back. You do you, my friends. Exhale, bend that left knee. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, hands to the heart. Looking forward, let's see if I can do this without falling this time. Step. Whew, much better. Feet together in front of your mat. From here, take your feet out wide. Turn your heels slightly in, toes out. We're gonna come down into Malasana. See if you can do it without using your hands. If you need to use your hands, use your hands. Hands to the heart, elbows to the inner thighs. Shoulders down, chest lifts. Gaze can be slightly down the nose. And then you're gonna reach those arms forward. You can reach the arms up. Your arms are up, drop your shoulders. Your arms are up, lift your hips a couple inches. Whew, belly in. 5 breaths. Exhale, lower those hips down and have a seat. Whew. Take those legs out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. And then we're going to come into either half square, half fire log, half double pigeon, or full. So take your right ankle up to your left thigh and adjust it so your ankle bone's not hurting your thigh. This could be great. This could be a good spot for you to just be here, getting that. It's kind of like when we were standing in that figure 4 one leg pose. You could even come forward a little or a lot. So this is one option. You want a little bit more, and that bottom leg will bend as well. And you'll cross right ankle, left knee, and then right knee to left ankle. And your knee might be up a little bit like that, or a lot like that, and that's okay. Whew. Maybe you just sit here and let those hips try to relax in this place. Again, if you need more, or this isn't cutting it for you, you could always fold forward as much as you want. I am not going to go forward today, but you could. So just taking a variation here. And of course, if all of this is still just way too much, right ankle to left thigh, supporting yourself with your hands, coming into more of a figure 4 stretch here. This is great. So we've got a couple more breaths here. Feel that downward pull, feel that earth pull. We felt it with our feet earlier. Now feel it in your whole body. Just give into that pull of gravity. Give into that letting go, releasing, softening. And if you did fold forward in any variation, you're going to slowly come up. And we're all going to bring our weight into our hands as we uncross the right leg. And maybe you have to unfold the left leg too, or if the leg's straight, you can bring the foot to the floor. And just take those feet nice and wide. And drop those knees side to side, windshield wipers. And then legs out. We'll go to the other side. So left ankle to right thigh here, or up here, or bend that bottom leg too. Oh, so tight. Here, folding forward any amount if you'd like. With each exhale, start to get heavier in your body, just like we do when we come into Shavasana. Each exhale, release a little bit more, even if it's just in your mind, even if it feels like you're just imagining that release. Taking 2, 3 more breaths here. And if you did fold forward in any way, go ahead and start to slowly come up. And releasing that top leg first. Gently, gently, gently. Whew. And the bottom leg. And the windshield wipers. And we're going to transition from here down onto the floor, onto our backs. So we're just moving into kind of that last part of our practice where you can do anything you want. So if it's not a posture, if it's not a place on your back, if there's like another seated pose you want to do before you come onto your back, happy baby might feel really good right now, those hips, or maybe just reclined butterfly, pulling your feet in towards your chest. But this is that time. This is that intuitive time for you and your body to connect with those new open channels of energy. So you just cleared some pathways, meridian lines, energy channels, whatever you want to call them. Just cleared those through your asana practice, your physical movement practice. And now you can just close your eyes and give your body time to just get any last little movements, stretches, that knowing feeling. If you were to come into stillness right now, and your body would tell you what it needs, what it wants. You would know, you would feel from somewhere deep within yourself, like, I know what comes next. And that might be moving into Shavasana here. That might be moving into relaxation. Perhaps that's what comes next. Or maybe something comes next, and then something else comes next after that, and then something else comes next after that, and you just keep going for a little while. You could do that too. This moment right now, as you are completing your practice, whether it's in a movement form or in a form of stillness, this moment right now, this is why yoga, this is why we practice. This knowing, to reconnect with our inner knowing, to reconnect with our own truth. You have everything you need inside of you. You know everything that you need to know. You have an innate wisdom that exists just by having a soul, just by being a soul in a body or a spirit in a body. Yoga is one of those practices that helps us remember how to trust that inner knowing. So maybe you've landed in Shavasana now, or maybe not. Maybe you're still moving, and that's great too. As you release any manipulation of your breath. We've been giving some attention to bringing our body into heaviness throughout this practice today, into that pull of gravity, of earth, of down. I invite you now to give into it even more. Like you are sinking, like the solid surface beneath you suddenly becomes more like quicksand. And you just feel yourself getting heavier and heavier. Like your body is a round stone that is just sinking down, down, down. Any stress that you're holding on to, any worry, any anxiety, anything at all that you're holding tightly, like you're protecting it, let it move down too. Maybe it even releases some or completely.
from your body. Everything in you just sink and fall and drop and continue down, down, down. And as always, there's no rush to return. There's no rush to come back. Just remember that you can even take a minute, you can take 30 seconds out of your day, connect your feet or something to the floor, to the ground, to the earth. And imagine that quicksand below you as you just let all of that heaviness, all of that worry or concern or struggle, just letting it release down. Taking your time from here, or staying here if you'd like, of course, it's always an option. But maybe you start to connect back with your breath, using the breath as a tether or anchor to bring you back up into your body. Maybe you start to notice the solid floor beneath you. Perhaps you start to notice sounds around you or smells, textures, taste. Always keeping your primary focus, your primary question or concern on your internal landscape. How do I feel inside? Do I need to clear some space inside? As you'd like, you could start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe roll your wrists, your ankles. Again, that breath might get a little bit deeper, fuller, longer. Making your own way, your own journey back. You can stretch, you can move, you can literally do whatever you want. Remember to create some space, take some time to witness and observe how you're feeling these days. Even if it's just a minute here and there, even if it's a pause to get a drink of water, drink the water, feel the water move through your body. How am I feeling? Check in. If you'd like to make your way all the way up to seated, you certainly can. You don't have to. It's such an honor to get to share this strange time with you all. I love you. Namaste.